Now, if you're not using this, you're missing out. Your guitar beats are gonna sound mediocre, terrible, okay? Yo, everyone, hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to make guitar trap beats in FL Studio. These are going to be the type of beats you'd hear Gunna, Young Thug, Lil Keed, and those type of artists rap over. The type of beats that I am liking to make for myself these days, and you too, obviously. That's why you're watching this video. So definitely stay through to the end, because you're going to learn a lot of great stuff in this video. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm Jay Carteret from jcarteret.com, teaching you how to be better at music, online business, and online marketing. This is the #1 spot for musicians and creators that don't want to be starving artists. So if that sounds like you, click on that subscribe button, check out the rest of the content on the channel, because you will love it here, guaranteed. Now, my question of the day is, what VST are you currently using for your guitar beats, guitar samples, guitar instrument altogether? Let me know in the comment section down below. And let's get straight into this. So this is a beat that I made on the 1st of August, as you can see. I'm going to play it back for you so you can hear what's going on here. And did I delete? I did delete my guitar VST, but I'm going to show you the exact guitar VST that I used, as well as the melody and all that sort of stuff. But these are most of the things that I used in this beat, and I believe this is quite a simple beat. Yeah, we didn't use a lot, to be honest. Usually I'd have a chord pad and all that sort of stuff, but not this time. We just kept it quite simple. So I'm going to play the beat up until the chorus, and then I'll come back and break down exactly how it was created. Now, let's listen back. This is called red cooking. Okay, so let's break it down. Let's first start with the guitar. Okay, this isn't the actual guitar. Let me bring up FL keys just to check if this is the correct melody. Yeah, so this is the melody that we've got, okay? And these are just chords. Okay, this is G minor, this is the G chord, so this is 1, 6, 5, 4. Those are our chords, our main chords, and basically I've used the root notes, and then I've kind of, you know, just done whatever I've needed to do around here to get the melody that I want to get. Now here we've got exactly the chord, so G, A sharp, D. This is that G chord, and then we're taking the stairs down to the next chord, which is D, D sharp, G, and we've got A sharp here, that's that chord, and then we've got D, G. This actually is a different chord, I guess. I don't even remember exactly what chord this is, but I've moved stuff around to get the sound that I wanted and all that sort of stuff, basically. So yeah, these are mainly just chords, and I've broken stuff up and just experimented to get the melody that I wanted. So that's how that works. I will be making a video specifically on how to create guitar melodies, so look out for that. But the guitar VST that I use, and I will be showing you like all the VSTs and instruments that I use, so you know what you can use to make great guitar beats as well. The guitar melody guitar VST that I used is Ample Guitar M. Now the reason why I've deleted it from my track is because it uses a lot of CPU. Now the fact that I'm adding this to the track right now is probably gonna hurt the CPU, especially because I am also recording. Like if I wasn't recording, then it's pretty okay to use this, but while I'm recording, it is just terrible times. Okay, so this is even loading right now. Usually it just loads up straight away, but I guess because I'm recording, doing other stuff. Yeah, I've got max buffer rate. But this sounds beautiful. Like it sounds like an actual guitar when you hit it. But honestly, I've got my settings to basically not have any velocity. So let's actually link to velocity, which really makes a difference in how the notes sound. So if I was to copy this over here, maybe this won't kill my CPU, but maybe it will. So stay tuned. That's how that sounds, okay? Now, with all my beats, I use my R&B trap beat mixing template. Let me give you a quick sneak preview of that. This is that. I will be making a guitar beat mixing template, but I don't know when that's going to come out. So I suggest you grab this ASAP if you haven't done so already. This will really help you with getting your beats sounding better and have your beats half mixed before you can get to the mixing stage. Link down below in the description. But basically, I've let a little bit of the high end through. Usually with this template, it just gets rid of most of that high end, but I'm letting a little bit of the high end through. Well, actually more than a little bit right here. But that's because, yep, I've let a lot of the high end through, and then we've just toned it super down in the actual audio. So I always boost this up an octave. So what I do is I create this an octave lower like this. Because that's where I'd actually want it to be. And then I'll bring it up an octave. Add the necessary effects, like my EQing. I also have RC20 on here. That's the RC20 settings that I've got. Vinyl 1. And these are the settings that I've changed. And then we add halftime to get the verse melody, and I'll show you the verse melody in a second. But let's play back what the actual guitar sounds like, the chorus melody guitar sounds like in the song. So here what I've done is I've pitched this all the way down a whole octave, okay? So I set it up an octave so that I could pitch it down an octave right here. So this is what it sounds like. This is called Red Cook. So it sounds very vintage, sounds like it's recorded, that sort of stuff. That's the kind of sound that I'm going for. And this is what the verse guitar sounds like, which is basically this, exactly that, with halftime on it. So it's actually not exactly this, it's this, the original pitch of this, so it's that high pitched version and then halftime on it, and this is what we get. Which is also quite a nice melody. And with halftime, I believe I just used the 1 bar. Let me quickly check to make sure. Yeah, I used the 1 bar version. or 1 bar setting. So that's what we did to get that. Now let's go through the rest of the beat, shall we? So let's find, what's this? I think this should be, did I get an ARP in here? I do have an ARP here, but what I must have done is I must have used this as, I think this is, I've used this as the bass. So I used Omnisphere to get the ARP, and then I changed it around and actually turned that instrument from the ARP into a bass instrument. So this is the bass instrument, the synth bass that I'm using. I'm using the Growler Moog bass in the synth basses. And let's actually just play this part real quick. It's very, very simple. Where's that at? I think, yeah, pattern 15. Yeah, I've just got some EQ on there, taking out low ends, taking out a bit of high ends. Very, very simple stuff, but you can see all the EQing and all that sort of stuff when you download this template, link down below. So that's that. Now with the chord ARP, the ARP instrument that I use is pretty much always the same. Unless I say differently, it's going to be the exact same ARP. So if you got any other ARPs that I should use, let me know in the comment section down below. That'll really help out, because this ARP just works every time, so I've just been using it. And that ARP is Astral Visions 1. I don't know why it's got 4 stars. It definitely deserves 5 stars, because I use it every single time. Okay, so this is that. Let's play that back. And with that, I believe I just used the exact same melody as the guitar. Generally, I'd change it up and I'd, make them the chords straight up. But with this, I just, copied and pasted it, and this is what we've got, and it sounded pretty good, so I just left it. And we've got some EQing as normal and some RC20. With my ARPs, I always go with a VHS preset, and then I edit it a little bit, and these are the edits. And then the next melody is the vocal chops, actually. So let's find that. There we go. Arcade is what I'm using for the vocal chops. Let's play this back. So very, very simple, not doing too much. And this is the patch, the tempo. Great stuff. Okay, let me delete Ample Guitar again, because it's just slowing down my system. Ample Guitar does use a lot of CPU, but it's worth it because it just sounds so good, to be honest. Like, I used to use Omnisphere for a lot of my guitar beats, but Ample Guitar beats it up, to be honest. It proper beats it up. So for my vocal chops, I've got some reverb on there. This is my reverb settings with 7th Heaven. You can copy those. And we've also got some EQing, just bandpass, getting rid of the low, getting rid of the highs. And we've got RC20 using VHS, and these are the settings that I've got. RC20, definitely suggest you get that ASAP. I use it on every melody that I ever create. I've always got RC20 on it. Go to jcartera.com/RC20 to grab that. I'll see if I can get a code for RC20, because I like it so much and I really want to promote the hell out of it because it's such a great plugin. So I'll see if I can get a code for you to get maybe a 10% or 20% off or something like that. If I do get a code, then it'll be linked in the description down below. So next, we've got all the melodies out of the way. Let's get to the drums. Now the drums, very straightforward. I always got a rim, and I layer 3 things with the clap. I've got a rim, I've got a snare, and I've got a clap. Sometimes I'll have a snare, sometimes I'll have a clap, sometimes I'll have 2 claps, sometimes I'll have 2 snares. Depends on the sounds that I'm going for. So the next snare is this one, or it might be a clap. Yeah, snare. And this is always on like the third beat, like, so I'm not gonna, you know, tell you where it is because it's just the classic clap position. If you never made a beat before, then yeah, it's on the third beat there in the middle of the bar. So what I'm doing with all these three snares and the two snares and the rim is I'm trying to cover all the bases. I'm trying to get some low end, some mid, and a little bit high, and to just get that perfect sound that I'm trying to go for. If we go to the song and we listen back to just the claps, I think that'll be interesting, so you can get an idea of the sound that we get with all those coming together. So here we go. Like, it's quite a high-end clap snare type thing, but it's also got that mid and a little bit of that lows. So next we've got the hi-hats. Okay, this is the hi-hat MIDI. And what I'll do is I'll just add a few rolls here and there depending on how I want it to be. I won't go too wild. And I'll randomize it. So I'll press Control A, then Alt R. Randomize the velocities. I won't have bipolar on, but when I randomize the pan, I definitely do turn on bipolar, and that's why we've got our hi-hats going from left to right. So let's listen back to these hi-hats. Very, very simple stuff. Next, we have our snare. Let's say that. That's just coming up after the clap. Then we have another snare. And that's a little bit further on after the clap to just add some more groove. Here's a perk before the clap. And another perk. Here's the Ricch 808, which is what I use for my guitar trap beats. I do believe, yeah, I added R bass to this because anytime you go into the, well, anytime you go too low, depending on the key that you're using and the chords that you're using, you might go pretty low. It starts to become hard to actually hear the bass come through. So at that point, I'll add R bass to just boost stuff through. So these are the settings for R bass. I also have sound goodizer on here and some EQing, but we're not going to go into that because it's not super necessary. So let's play this back. And this is basically following the bass notes, apart from this, because this kind of leads back to the G up there, which makes it a nice loop. Next, we've got the rack kick, which is the kick that I just use for all my beats because it just hits, it slaps. Okay, so this is that. And that's all the drums. Let's play the drums back by themselves, actually, which I never do, but let's listen to the drums back. Kind of works, but it sounds weird. Has it with everything else. And that's that. Like, we just kept it really, really simple with this beat. I didn't do too much. I've got my transition from the verse to the chorus, which I'm using my airy riser, which is something I don't remember exactly where I got this from. I think this is like from an Omnisphere instrument or something, and I put it like at C or something like that. But this is what that sounds like. No, is that Omnisphere instrument? I don't even know at this point. It might be like a reverse reverb or something. But it just, like, I've been using it for, I use it for every beat, you know. that's my riser that I use for every beat. This is what it sounds like in context. with your structuring, generally, you know, with these guitar beats, you can start with a chorus or you can start with a verse. I've started with a verse, and then we've got a breakdown, pre-chorus, and then we've gone to the chorus over here. So chorus, always 8 bars, no longer than that, no shorter than that. Well, sometimes you could do shorter, but longer than that and you're going wild, it's going to become boring. Okay, so don't do that. So generally I'll do my chorus 8 bars, and then my verse will either be 8 bars or 12 bars. So this is 8, this is 12, and then we've got the pre-chorus, which is a 4 bar. Okay, and then the intro's only 4 bars, never longer than that, because it starts to get boring. Stop doing like 8 bar intros and stuff like that. It's not good. I mean, 8, is this 8 bars? No, this is technically 4 bars. It looks like 8 bars because in this tempo this is 8 bars, but really it's not 8 bars because this chorus is 8 bars. And when you do the 8 bars for the chorus, you use that as a measurement for the rest of the beat, no matter what the bars say up here. Okay, so that's how you know how many bars you've got. Okay, so that's that. We've got the chorus first, and we just break every now and again to go into the next. I mean, we've got the verse first, and we break every now and again in the drums to go to the next part. And we start with the chorus melody, and then we go, well, in the intro, then we go into the verse melody for 4 bars. Then we do the chorus melody for 4 bars, then the verse melody for 4 bars, then verse melody for another 4 bars, and then the chorus melody for 8 bars, then repeat, keep going. That's that. Okay, now if you want to learn how to make your own beats from scratch, step by step, you want every part of the process. You want to learn how to create melodies, how to create chords, music theory, how to pick the key, all these sorts of stuff, then click on the link in the description and get your 7-day trial of my course, the foolproof formula for R&B track production in FL Studio. This is the same formula that I use to make all of my beats. Okay, so go to jcarterae.com/formula R&B trap trial and enter your details, get your 7-day trial of that, and once you go through that, you'll know how to make beats. Like it'll show you everything you need to know. And this is how I keep it super simple and just make a bunch of beats and make beats that sound good every single time. Okay, so go and check that out. And if you've got any questions or any other tutorials you want me to make, please let me know in the comment section down below. In the next video, you'll learn more about music, online business, and online marketing. Peace out.